Welcome back to another reaction and ting and ting and ting. I'm Mr. Giant, and this one we're gonna do in two parts because it's kind of long. And somebody told me in the comments that I have to prepare myself for this one. And this one is called Top 50 Scariest Public Information Films UK. So I'm prepared. Let's see where I go on with this one. Let's YouTube and simmer. Ooh. What the bum? Oh yeah, I see what they mean now.
It's playing Postman.
Looks like you two need a lesson in crossing the road. My little friend is going to show you how. First, find a safe place to cross.
Here?
Safe place away from parked cars, where you can see the road is clear and drivers can see you. Stop near the corner, but not too close. Look all around and listen for traffic. If traffic is coming, let it pass. When there is no traffic near, walk straight across, looking and listening all the time. We won't be there when you cross the road, so always use the cross hand.
That one is kind of understandable. I have a question. Hit me up in the comment section. As a kid, have you ever been hit by a car? I was once. I won't call it hit because I didn't fall over or anything. But and I remember this perfectly. I think it was on a road called Woolwich Road, and I was walking from school, and there's a business there called Hubbard's. And as I was walking, the roads are really narrow on the island. Here comes the Hubbard's van, and there was a kind of hill on one side, and then there was a drop off and a house on the other side. And I heard the van blazing coming. So there's a gutter and there's a little step up. When I realized the van is coming at me, I step up on the little concrete slab that's there, and I step back there, and the van just went and hit my stomach. You know, I didn't fall or anything, but yeah, that was the one time I got hit by a car. I don't think I've ever been hit by a car since. I've been really careful. Even though here where I live, I've almost been hit by cars. But because it was staring at me, I'm crossing the street, red light, dude is crawling up on the light, and he's just sitting there going, watching me go across the street, but still crawling up and almost hit me, man. I had to tap on the bonnet of the car, yo, slow down, chill out, you know what I mean and thing. Okay, this one, Francis the Firefly, Fire Kills, 1998. All right, let's go. Let's see what this one's about.
Because Frances was still a very young firefly, her tail wouldn't glow like those of the grown-ups, and this made her feel very sad. "I can give you a glowing light," said Cocky Roach. Frances knew that Cocky was a very naughty young cockroach, but she couldn't resist. They lit a match from a box that Cocky had taken from his mummy's kitchen without her knowing. Frances knew she was doing wrong, but Cocky had her under his spell. Grasping the match, Frances took to the sky. "Oh, what fun," Cocky chattered. The flame grew larger until it reached her wings and burnt her. In pain, she let the match drop to the ground. Soon the whole of the kingdom was burning. The following day, King Chrysalis said, "We'll have to build everything again." Frances realized how foolish she'd been. In time, she got better and helped rebuild the kingdom. But she never forgot the words of her king. "Remember," he said, "never play with matches."
Oh wow, this one is yeah.
Remember, never play
with matches.
Charlie and I were in the park. Then this man came up.
Stranger
and said, "Would
danger."
I like to see some puppies? And I said yes. And I was going to go, but Charlie stopped me. Charlie's reminded me My mum says I shouldn't go off with people I don't know. Then the man went away. We went and told Mummy, and she said we'd been very good. I got an apple and Charlie got something he likes. He says never go anywhere with men or ladies you don't know.
Men or ladies that you don't know. Tufty, 1973, scare factor 2 of 10.
One fine day, Tufty is playing on the grass with Bobby Brown Rabbit.
Bobby Brown Rabbit? Wonder if he's in new edition.
Playing out by the road, near cars and buses. Poor Willie. The car has knocked him down. Very luckily, Mr. Policeman Badger comes along to help. Oh, my word, says Policeman Badger. You are both silly boys to play in the road. Now Willie's been hurt. He won't be able to play with you for a long time. Never play near the road.
You know, Bobby Brown probably said it was his prerogative. I could help that one. Oh, dear Lord. Let me stop talking and keep going. There we go.
My hobbies are football, cycling. I like playing in the street, and I like going down to the park and stuff. I like collecting medals, like football medals. I like the way they're presented and stuff, because some are shiny and some are like blue, silver, green and stuff like that, but they're always, the ones that I pick are always like blue, but with shiny bits on. I always make sure that if I have a football player, it ain't just one with a leg out, it's one with an actual football.
Oh, wow. Yep. I remember when my son was about, 10 years old? And I used to monitor his online vibe, you know what I mean? And for some reason he was talking to another kid on online, you know? And I had, warned him about, stuff like that. And the kid was wanting to exchange telephone numbers. And my son came and told me, you know what I mean? And it's like, I said, tell that kid, don't do that. You all don't know each other. And, I don't know who was on the other end, if it was an adult or what's going on there, But he wanted to exchange numbers with my kid. And luckily, I was vigilant enough to be all right there, and tell him, oh, no, there'll be no exchange of numbers here. Well, my kid didn't have a number anyway. He would have to give them my number, so... No, that didn't happen. But, pay attention to your kids, man, because there's people online, they just trolling for kids, so be cognizant of that kind of stuff with your kids. See, what is this, public information films? They probably need to have more of those. Unfortunately, here they're gonna pay attention to what's not needed to be paid attention to. And that's what seems to be the driving force for everything here anymore. This one is called Vectorscope DETR 1999. Let's see what the vibe is.
This is the sound of a car crashing into a parked car at 30 miles an hour. Here it is again in slow motion. That strange sound was the backseat passenger who wasn't wearing a seatbelt hitting the seat in front. That thud is the sound of the passenger's head hitting the driver. That's the sound of the driver being crushed by the weight of the passenger.
Wow.
The weird cracking was the passenger's thigh bone breaking as their knees hit the seat.
Oh.
That's the sound of the passenger, having killed the driver, sitting back down again. And
Very graphic.
That's the sound of a rear seatbelt being fastened.
Graphic words. Steps NHS 2004.
Okay, doctor's ready for you now. Would you like to go in the second left?
You tell me this is the third time that you've blacked out and had these falls.
Roll your sleeves up for me, please. Straighten your arm. This is just an ECG, which looks at the rate and the rhythm of your heartbeats.
The scan's about to start now. This one will be 4 minutes. Really still.
Well, it looks like your blackouts are the result of a form of epilepsy.
Well, this medication will help you control the seizures.
The next stage is to look at what triggers your epilepsy. Then we can develop some coping strategies.
You're looking very, very well. I'll make an appointment with the hospital just for a checkup, just to make sure everything's okay.
For more information on working in a team where everyone makes a difference, call 0845 60 60 655.
All right.
The game in the next 30 seconds is to guess which one of these houses have people at home and which ones don't. House number 1, in or out? House number 2, what do you think? And what about number 3? Made up your mind yet? In fact, they're all empty. But if you were a burglar, which one would you think was your safest bet?
One with all the lights on.
If you want to keep them out, make them think you're in. Crime. Together, we'll crack it.
That was a good idea to have those lights coming on there, you know. It's crazy how we have to protect ourselves, you know,
Look,
even when we're not home.
I know you're supposed to be hard, but let me try and explain. Giving blood is a very good thing to do. How can you be so...
Is that the guy that plays Mr. Bean?
Don't you understand? Without blood donors, there'd be no operations, or treatment for blood diseases, or for burns, or for newborn babies. People with haemophilia would bleed to death. Am I getting through to you? I don't know, they were right. It's like trying to get blood out of a... Oh, thank you.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. I heard something. I had a friend that says that, like, she's from here in the States, but she couldn't give blood in England. Is that true? Comment down below, let me know. She said she couldn't give blood there because, you know, she wasn't from there. Comment down below, let me know. Let's keep going here. Worn Tires, Joe and Petunia. 1973. I like the older ones because, you know, 73 is when I was coming into my senses.
Nice view from up here, Petunia.
Yes, very nice, Joe. Worn tires kill. Worn tires kill. Are our tires worn, Joe?
Yeah, oh, I wouldn't think so, Petunia.
Well, I expect you've looked. You have looked, haven't you, Joe? Joe, have you looked at our tires?
Yes.
Recently, Joe?
Nice view from up here, Petunia.
Joe, are our tires warm?
It's not warm, Petunia. They're a bit smooth.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice view from up here, Petunia.
Yes, very nice, Joe.
You'd think you'd wake in a house fire, wouldn't you? But just 2 to 3 breaths of toxic smoke, and you're unconscious. Your lungs fill up. Just like drowning.
Wow.
Don't drown in toxic smoke. Test your smoke alarm weekly.
There's your smoke alarm. Mine's right there. I beep it ever so often. Let me turn this up a little bit.
Carbon monoxide from 40 gas appliances can kill. By law, Landlords must have all appliances they provide safety checked by Corby registered installers. Ask for proof now, or tonight it could be you.
That one I understand. I have a small gas stove here, and for the first couple of years or so, I've been living in this place for a long time, this apartment. And I used it for the first few years, but after that I was like, nope. Bought me a little, because it's a small place, so I bought a little electric heater because I don't trust that gas stuff, man, because it turns on, it's a whoop, and of course I'm from the island, so we don't have nothing like that, and I'm not playing with that because this thing looked like it's like a 1950s, 1960s type stove there. Maybe it's the 70s, I don't know, but I don't mess with those things. And I guarantee you, he don't service this stuff at all, so God knows what's the vibe in there. So nope, not me.
The last place in the world to leave a bottle is a beach.
Whoa. Yep, I know all about that. I've never stepped on glass on the beaches back home. They clean those pretty thoroughly there.
If you hit me at 40 miles an hour, there's around an 80% chance I'll die.
Wow.
Hit me at 30 and there's around an 80% chance I'll live.
Graphic.
Life depends on the warmth of the sun being trapped by a layer of gases that surround the Earth. We now produce so much of these heat-trapping gases that the layer is getting thicker, heating the world, changing our climate and threatening our way of life. As the world gets hotter, the climate will change and some of the extreme effects we have witnessed will become more frequent, making our planet a more hostile place to live.
100 degrees Fahrenheit is the hottest day ever recorded in Britain.
If we could see the gases, the causes of the problem would be obvious to everyone. And if you could see the effect we are having on our planet, you'd do something about it. The solutions exist, and it's not too late to make a difference, but we have to act now, today. Government, industry, and individuals acting together to tackle the problem. For more information and to get involved, visit climatechallenge.gov.uk.
.gov?
Tomorrow's climate is today's challenge.
You will never ever see a public information film like that here. Never. Yeah, I got to hear some of the most asinine tales about what people think climate change is. You know what I mean? And you even hear politicians making stupid claims. The problem is though, and I don't know how it is where you are. Comment down below, let me know. You hear the polytricksters are always, some of them at least, are always trying to deny. But do they really don't believe, or are they just doing it to keep certain industries going? Because those industries hook them up with money, hook them up with jobs after they finish polytricking us. But you'll never see that here. I mean, I never see them. They have little news stories about it, you know, but it's always like a fluff piece. It's never anything to say, hey, wake up. We're killing ourselves, or we're killing the planet that we should be respecting. You know what I mean? You never see that here. Let's go on to the next one. Welcome to the battery. Let's go.
Will everyone please take their seats? Very shortly, your row will be divided into units of 3. Do not obstruct the gangways whilst the cages are installed. There is no cause for alarm. These cages are for your protection. Please cooperate with the surgeons. They will remove your teeth and nails. This greatly reduces the incidence of cannibalism. It is in your interest to comply. Eating, sleeping, and defecating may cause some discomfort, but your space allowance complies exactly with government regulations, and you have the satisfaction of knowing that you are part of one of the world's most cost-effective production systems. You have nothing to worry about. This system has been tested on 45 million specimens, with, I might add, your approval. Welcome to the battery.
Wow. Wow.
Tonight, John will die in his sleep. He's warm, comfortable, and has his family by his side.
Okay, that's what they mean by being prepared. Lots of carnage in this bad boy. Whew. Escalator Danger.
You find escalators everywhere these days, and we take them for granted. But don't take your child's safety for granted. Accidents can happen. Teach them the 3 safeguards. Stand still and don't walk down. Stand steady and hold hands. Stand clear, away from the sides and well within the yellow lines. Don't let this happen to your child. Stand still, stand steady, stand clear.
I'll be honest with you, man. My mom hated those things. And I'll be honest, the first time I went on one of those, that was the weirdest feeling ever. Because we don't have that kind of stuff on the island. I don't know if they do now, because I haven't been back there in a while. But those things were quite discombobulating, for lack of a better word. I don't like those things at all. I look for the nearest steps. I remember my ex going, why are you going for the steps, man? That's man-made. I'm trying to, ride that thing. After a while, I started using it. I got used to it and stuff like that. But those things, they didn't scare me per se, but they made me sort of wary. So I didn't use them very much, but I didn't know they could just suck you in like that. I thought that was just in horror movies and stuff.
Overloaded socket! Oh, spoil sport! Come on, matches, come on, look for the matches, darling. Anyone for you? Come on. Oh, Daddy! You put them out of reach. Matches, that's why it's too full and the heat's too high. Come on. Oh, the heat is too close to the curb, so behind the door. Look what you've done. Bye-bye, house.
Wow! And he lights a cigarette in bed.
Don't give fire a chance.
You just had a nightmare about fires and then sit up and light a cigarette? Come on, bruh. Football, play safe. My favorite sport right there, well, after cricket. Oh man, there's power lines home, Skillet.
I see people working up there. Yeah, well, I didn't want to mess around with this type of stuff. It's not worth it. You're just scared of getting caught.
What the? Wow, this is some graphic stuff.
Stay out. Don't take a chance with electricity.
Wow. Okay, I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
What are you drinking? Same again? No, not for me. What? I'm driving.
Don't get pulled on a Sunday. Give me half. Half is what girls drink.
What's the problem, man? Oh, I've got to get down with Mum's for dinner.
Oh, Mum's for dinner.
Mummy's boy. Come on, Dave. Just one more. All right, then get me a pint.
Wow. These were absolutely, these are like those old fairy tales, man. This is like those modern day fairy tales, you know, they tell you, don't go into the forest, sonny. You know what I mean? This is like the modern day, what was that? Well, you know what I mean, because I've done reactions to the old-fashioned the fairy tales that they tell and stuff. Well, is it fairy tales or, you know, folk tales or whatever, about the man in the woods or the scary dude or the scary woman or the witch or, you know, anything like that. This is kind of like that in modern times, isn't it? You know, don't do this or don't do that. It's for both children and adults in this case, because, you know, modern times, things have changed. Anyway, let's keep going here, man. This is crazy stuff. Rat Pfizer. Oh!
Rat poison. Just one of the dangerous ingredients that may be found in fake medicines purchased from illegal websites.
What the bumbleclot was that? Wow. Wow. I'm scared of rats. Period. Don't like them. Do not like them.
A fire doesn't have to kill you to take your life. Call 08456 087 087 for your free fire safety handbook.
Lots of things about fires on here. Was there a scourge of fires in the 2000s, back the early 2000s?
She was afraid of the dark. So the grown-ups put a nightlight in the bedroom. One night, Matilda thought she could smell something funny. It all happened so quickly. Help! Help! Cried Matilda. Sadly, this is where the story ends.
Wow. Woo. They really wanted to scare people, boy. My goodness.
Please give us £1, or we'll have to pull the trigger.
Oh man, this stuff is wild, wild. Anyway, are we going into the 25th one now? Hold on a sec. Let's keep going here. Wow. Searching BFI. It's 1974.
matches away from children.
Wow. Okay, this is the first part. We're going to end this part here. We're going to start off with the 24th one and the next one. You understand what I say and thing? But I call this modern folk tales. I ain't lying, man. You guys gonna, I must scare them. You know, no jokes, no nothing, man. It's just straight to the point, raw. This could kill you. That could kill you. Don't do this. Wow. That's what you meant by prepare yourself. Anyway, man, thank you all for watching this with me. Link in the description for this video. You all could go check it all the way through without me babbling in the background and thing. Thank you all for watching it with me, you know. And comment down below, man. Let me know what's up and tell what you all think about this. Those who aren't from the UK, tell me if you all have similar things like this in your country. You know what I mean? Like short films warning you of dangers and stuff like that, you know. But you know, man, take care of each other, all right? And come back for part 2. Cool runnings.